Hey guys, Mellow Modesty here for my weekly poll list. This week, Comic Book Day actually fell on Halloween, or should I say Halloween fell on Comic Book Day, and I got 4 comics to discuss today. The bottom of the pile being Swamp Thing Annual #1. Now this was an interesting book. Not amazing. You get a little sneak peek at issue 14, which comes out next week. And personally, I felt like this should have came out after 14. The art is good, the paneling is good as always. Basically what it's about is a flashback to the first meeting of Abigail and Alec, which neither of them remember, and you will find out why. I don't want to spoil that for you. But unless you are super into the Swamp Thing storyline, I don't really know if I would suggest... You know what? Take that back, actually. I think this is great for someone who is not a fan of the Swamp Thing storyline, because I feel like there are some plot holes in here. But as a standalone issue, I did really enjoy this. So... I mean, obviously, if you're a fan of Swamp Thing, you're probably going to pick this up like I did, but I would recommend it more to someone who is just wanting to read a good, sort of sad love story. It's a good read. Not great, but it's good. Sorry, guys. Next up would be Happy, issue 2. It says it's by Grant Morrison, but I just don't believe it. This does not at all feel like a Grant Morrison book. This feels so much more like a Millar book. In this issue, it's even more evident than in the first issue. And I wasn't too hot on this. I really liked the first issue. As you guys saw, I gave it my pick of the week. And this issue is good, but it's not phenomenal. It is really just bad-mouthed and violent. It takes place right where the first one left off. The doctors are coming to torture Nick, and he escapes by cutting someone's teeth off with a scalpel. And then he proceeds to get very drunk and fucked up and does a poker game using his magical horse Happy to help with the odds. And I mean, it's not a bad issue, but I was not really a big fan of it. It was decent. You learn a little bit more about what's going on in the situation with Haley, but not a whole lot. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to stick with it because it's only 2 more issues, but I can't really recommend this series big time. Next up is issue 1, and that is issue 1 of Bedlam. Written by Nick Spencer, who you guys probably know from his work on Morning Glories, which I have yet to read, and I really should. But this book was really good. I was excited for it, definitely, and I was very, very pleased with it. It is only $3.50, and it's a pretty large issue. Doesn't say anywhere that it's like, oh, 48 pages for $3.50, but I'm guessing it is. And I could definitely recommend this to people. So far, I really like it, but I sort of like deranged, fucked up serial killer stories. It's about this guy who used to be this sort of super villain, I guess you would say, and he was called the Red Matter, or Matter Red, or something. And before picking this up, I thought it was just about a serial killer. I didn't know it was in a world of superheroes and supervillains. But anyways, he was a supervillain serial killer named Matter M, and the book starts off with him about to kill a little girl, and a superhero jumps in, and in most comics, the superhero would stop him. but he doesn't. Matter Red kills her. And so basically what this is the story of is how this character, I'm not sure what his real name is, I don't know if they've told us, but life after he's done with his killing spree and trying to be normal, but he's obviously still very fucked up. So it's a good issue. The art in this is, I wouldn't say that it's amazing art, but it is very stylistic in a style that I really like. It is 80% black, white, and red, and the style, I think, is really cool. It is a dark book for sure for mature readers, and I would suggest it. Basically, one thing that I sort of found interesting was this book made me think of Batman the Dark Knight so much. Like, the villain in this is Heath Ledger's Joker. That's who it is. It is Heath Ledger's Joker, and I don't even think there's any room for discussion on that. And there's even a part which sort of reminded me of the end where they're like, he's the hero Gotham needs, not the one they want, or something. And in this, they're like, he needs to be here to tell myths about and stuff, and I'm not really making much sense right now, but it's interesting. I would recommend this. Looking forward to seeing where it's going. And the best issue of the week was really good. The Rocketeer Cargo of Doom, issue 3. By the way, great cover. This was a really fun comic. As you guys know, the second issue ended with Secord the Rocketeer about to be thrown into a pit of dinosaurs. And he escapes by basically setting the boat on fire, and then he goes back in to get this one cargo that he needs to stop the dinosaurs. This issue's not as funny as the second issue, but it is a fun issue. A lot of really cool action, a lot of dinosaurs versus man. There's this great scene where there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex in New York, I believe this takes place, and the Rocketeer goes to people, and they're all like, "Yeah, the Rocketeer, you can stop him," and he's like, "So how do you expect me to stop them? They're a T-Rex, and I have a jetpack. That's it." And they're like, "Oh, you're not gonna stop them?" And then he's just like, "I can stop them." And they all like cheer, and it's funny. It is definitely funny. And once again, I'm gonna ruin the ending of this, but I don't think it matters just because it is a fun book and you should read it regardless. He finds a laser gun that kills dinosaurs, once again increasing the Silver Agey fun feel. I definitely loved this book. I would definitely suggest reading this series if you can still find the issues. If not, wait for the trade. It'll probably be just as good in trade. But this is a really fun series, and unfortunately next month is the last issue. Hopefully next month's issue doesn't get delayed like this one did for like 3 or 4 weeks. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I picked up 4 comics, as you guys saw, and I enjoyed most of them for the most part. I can definitely recommend Bedlam and Rocketeer. These two I'd be a little bit more cautious about, but yeah. Pretty good week in comics, and I will see you guys later.